So what's up guys, this is Zydrox in another video. In this video I played 100 days in Stardew Valley. Now I don't usually play Stardew Valley in the most casual way, and by that I mean I usually care about real life time much more than in-game time. So I would usually plant a crop and then just skip days and water it until it grows to get the money faster. However, in this challenge it's the exact opposite, where all you care about is to do the most in each day. So I am interested in seeing how that affects the progression I can make. On top of that, I also like to set myself a couple of challenges that I don't know if they are reasonable or not. They may be a little too much or a little too little, but I think they are about right. I'd like to complete the Joja membership form, which will require getting 140,000 gold. Now, the reason I prefer Joja over Community Center is because Joja allows you to focus on making a lot of money quickly and then move to another part of the game rather than get stuff from every season from different times. I feel like that the Community Center would just take up too much of my time for this challenge. Also, I just generally prefer Joja for a bunch of different reasons. Another goal I'd like to have is to get into Mr. Key's Golden Walnut Room on Ginger Island, which will require 100 golden walnuts. I'd like to catch every single fish and complete the museum and max all of my skills. Now, I don't know if I'll be able to do all of these, or maybe I'll do all of these super quickly. I generally don't know. But we'll see, I guess. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Day 1. I created my character, picked the standard form and started. I picked up my crops, organized my inventory, cleared the farm, planted and watered the parsnips, cut down some trees, made a chest, bought cauliflower from Pierre because I know generally people prefer potatoes, but that's just less watering than potatoes. I planted the cauliflowers, went around the valley looking for forageables, got spring onions, and went to bed. Day 2, I woke up, watered the crops, saw that Willie sent me the message about giving me his old fishing rod. So I went down to the beach and fished the whole day and made around 1300 gold. Day 3, it was a guaranteed rain day, so I woke up, went to the river to catch some catfish and fished the rest of the day. I also was able to get the Neptune's glaive, which is going to be really helpful when we go to the mines later on. As this is probably the best early game weapon you can get. Definitely one of the best you can get before unlocking the mines, so this is a huge W. We also made around 1200 gold, but spent a lot of the gold on the fiberglass rod, which will help us make more money later on. Day 4, I wanted to water my crop, but I forgot the watering can in the fishing chest near the river, so I ran all the way to the river to get the watering can. Then I came back, watered my crop, and spent the rest of the day fishing in the mountain lake and made another 2100 gold. Day 5 was a very exciting day, as this is the day we can go to the mines. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Marnie came by to give me the dog. I called him Brian because I was watching Family Guy, and yeah. Then I picked up the parsnips, sold the high quality ones and kept the basic ones for food. I then bought some potato seeds from Pierre, as well as I got the backpack upgrade. Then I spent the rest of the day in the mines, passing out at floor 24. Day 6, Clint came by to give me the furnace recipe. I made 2 furnaces. From this point, you can assume I watered the crops every day, but I again watered my crops, smelted some copper bars, read the community center scroll to unlock the wizard quest, upgraded my pickaxe at Clint, then fished the rest of the day in the mountain lake. Day 7, I got the wizard's quest in the mail to visit his tower, and then I fished in the ocean until Willie opened to sell my fish. Made around 2300 gold from that, bought some bait, then I visited the wizard, got drugged, and you might be wondering why I'm doing this quest if I'm going the Joja route. It is because you got a special item in the book tab in the inventory, and my completionist brain wanted me to get that, so I wasted a couple of hours on that, even though I did not do a single bundle. Anyway, so the wizard dragged me, and then I fished the rest of the day in the mountain lake. At this point, I should mention that one of my goals in spring is to catch the legend, because I want to catch every single fish, but the legend requires fishing level 10, and you want to get it as early as possible because you need to have a rainy day. So you want to have enough time to have a rainy day afterwards, which is one of the main reasons why I'm fishing so much. But yeah, I just fish for the rest of the day. Day 8, I saw that the crow ate one of my crops, so it reminded me to make a scarecrow. Then, surprise, surprise, I fished for the rest of the day in the mountain lake. Day 9 was a max luck day, so I took my sword and picked up my pickaxe from Clint, got some food, and went to the mine for the rest of the day. I got an ancient seed and then passed out on floor 48, which is pretty good. Day 10 was a bad luck day, so I cut trees for the rest of the day. I used the field snacks to refill my energy every time, as they are made from the seeds which I was getting anyways. Because if you cut down an oak tree, you get an acorn. If you cut down a maple tree, you get a maple seed, and a pine tree will give you a pine seed, which together give you a field snack, which can give you enough energy to cut down enough trees to create more. And it's a really good method to get forging XP and wood early game. So yeah. Day 11, I picked up my potatoes, leveled up farming, and then went to the mine to get some copper and iron for sprinklers. I realized I won't get enough iron and copper like that, so I did decide to spend all of my gold on copper from Clint and copper and iron from Clint, which in retrospect probably was not the best idea, but it happened, and I spent 10,000 gold on 53 iron and 43 copper, which should be enough for around 20 sprinklers with the iron and copper I already had. I then smelted the iron and copper for the rest of the day and to create sprinklers. Day 12, I took all of the artifacts and geodes I got from fishing and mining to Clint. And then I donated what I got to the museum, including the ancient seed, which could be helpful later on. I then set up the sprinkler layout with scarecrows and sprinklers, and at around 5 p.m. I realized I did not have enough money to buy the strawberries I wanted to buy tomorrow, so I went and fished for the rest of the day. I also sold all of my gems and the artifacts I already had donated and had duplicates of. And I tried to get as much money as I could for the strawberries. Day 13, Egg Festival Day. Demetrius came by and asked if I wanted the Mushroom Cave or the Fruit Bat Cave, and even though I usually take the Fruit Bat Cave, this time I decided to go with the Mushroom just to see what it's like. I've never really had that. I just hoed around the sprinklers and watered all the empty, the hoed up spots, and I went to the egg festival. I was able to buy 55 strawberry seeds and get 14 eggs in the egg contest, which easily beats up Abigail, which I was pretty proud of. I sold my cauliflowers and planted the strawberries and went to sleep. Day 14 was a good luck day, so I took my sword and pickaxe and went to the mines. I ran out of food and energy at floor 65. I sold some spare swords I had laying around and went to sleep. Day 15 was a rainy day, so I fished the whole day and made around 5,000 gold. Day 16, picked up some salmon berries, and then I fished for the rest of the day. Day 17, I fished for the rest of the day, and I made around 7,200 Gs. Day 18, I saw I was at fishing level 9, and it was a rainy day, so I bought trout soup from Willy, which will increase my fishing level to level 10 temporarily, because it gives you +1 fishing level, and will allow me to catch the legend. So I spent the rest of the day trying to get the legend. Sadly, I was unable to catch him today, but we are pretty close to catching it. It was both a good and bad thing, because sadly we were not able to catch him, but we did have the qualification to catch him, so as long as we had another rainy day, we could give it another shot. Day 19, I did a little bit more fishing, and then I went to the mines to grind for some copper in the lower floors. I passed out with 108 copper ore. Day 20, I upgraded my axe to copper, fished for a couple of hours, and got down to the mines, getting all the way to floor 73. Day 21, my strawberry grew, and I spent the rest of the day in the mine, getting down to floor 90. Where I finally got a sword better than my Neptune Slave, which is the Obsidian Edge. Which is crazy how good the Neptune Slave is, because we got it on day 3 and it took until day 21 to get a better sword. Theoretically, I think the Bone Sword is also better, but you could either buy it or the Adventurers Guild or getting a job from the Skeletons, which I didn't do either. So Obsidian Edge was the first better sword we got in like 18 days. So it was really helpful. Day 22, I got the copper axe from Clint and upgraded my pickaxe to steel. I cut down some trees and hardwood in the farm, crafted some preserve jars, and called it a day early. This was the first time this run that I called it a day early. I don't know why I did it. I could have easily just cut more wood, went fishing or something, but I guess I just had to go somewhere, whatever. Day 23 was another rainy day, so I went to Willy, bought a trout soup. Then I spent the rest of the day trying to catch the legend, and at 11:30 a.m. this happened. I decided to keep him in a fishing pond as his aged roe sells for 5,000 gold, and it goes up to 7,000 if you have artisan. So that was pretty cool. I just put him in a fish pond, and then I fished for the rest of the day, which I mean, might as well. Day 24, the flower dance. I cut down some trees and went to the flower dance, bought the rare crow, and then got rejected by every single one of the NPCs. So I had to sit between Pierre and Willy, silently looking at everyone because I didn't have the music on. Day 25, a quarter away of the way to 100 days. My strawberries grew up for another harvest. I kept the basic quality ones for food and sold the higher quality ones. I picked up my steel pickaxe from Slint, got a barn from Robin, and mined iron and killed dust sprites for the rest of the day, ending up with 31 coal and 77 iron. Day 26, more coal and iron grinding. Got 39 coal and 90 iron. Day 27, my first legend aged roe was ready. I sold it, then I went to the mines for the rest of the day, got a star drop on floor 100, and passed out on floor 117. Day 28, the final day of spring. I got to the bottom of the mines, got the skull key, and then I created my second fish pond and fished for catfish for the rest of the day, and made around 7,600 gold. So to summarize spring, we got fishing level 10, caught all the spring fish, made a bunch of money from fishing, maxed out fishing skills, got to the bottom of the mine, and put a legend in a fish pond, making us a good bit of passive income. So for the first spring, I'd say that is pretty good. Day 29, day 1 of summer. I removed all of the dead strawberries, hoed and watered all the missing spots and between the sprinklers, bought 80 blueberries, and I planted 79 and the ancient seed I got from Gus. I will be able to grow a couple of fruit until winter, and we will be able to later put it in the seed maker for extra ancient seed, which we could later plant on Ginger Island or in the greenhouse. I then cut down some trees to repair the bridge in the beach and fish for the crimson fish, which I did hook at 9:40 p.m. But sadly I missed him and was not able to hook him again that day. Day 30, I wanted to catch every fish by the end of 100 days, so I spent the day going around different bodies of water to try and catch all the fish I could, including the crimson fish, which I caught and put in the new fishing pond I built. Overnight, there was an earthquake that opened the spa, which, by the way, is it just me, or is it kind of weird that there's just a fully working railroad and spa, and there are trains going through the railroad and everything, and just it was blocked by a rock and no one ever tried to open it? I mean, there is Marlon and Clint who have bombs and pickaxes and whatnot, who could almost definitely open up that rock. There was no need to wait for an earthquake to, I guess, shake the rock enough so it broke. I don't know what happened to the rock, but I mean, okay, I guess. I mean, also Joja later opened the rock, or whatever. Day 31, today I spent the whole day grinding coal and iron in the mines, getting 26 coal and 179 iron, which is pretty crazy. Day 32, I fished the whole day and I made around 4,100 gold. Day 33, 1/3 of the way there. Today I spent the whole day grinding more coal and iron. You might be wondering at this point, why am I grinding so much coal and iron? There are two main reasons for that. The first one being bombs. For when I later go to Skull Caverns, bombs can be really helpful. And the regular bombs are easy enough to grind a lot of and good enough, so I'd say they're the best ones to grind for. Better than the cherry bombs who are not helpful enough, and the mega bombs who are a little too hard to grind for early game. The second reason is because when I'm grinding coal, I'm killing dust sprites, and you get a burglar's ring for killing 500 dust sprites. And the burglar's ring is an OP ring that gives you basically mobs have the 2 times drop chance for all the items. So if something has a 1% chance, it basically has a 2% chance, and if it has a 100% chance, it has a 200% chance. So you could get like 2 of them. It basically rolls twice for every mob, so it's a really OP ring. It works kind of weird, but it is pretty insane. Anyways, today I got 20 coal and 64 iron, and then I spent the rest of the day gathering wood. Day 34, I woke up and I got my legend and crimson fish roe, which I put in a preserve jar to make it into aged roe. Then I took all of my artifacts and geodes and went to open and donate them. I crafted some lightning rod, as we will need battery packs for a lot of stuff later on, such as Ginger Island boat, which need 5 crystallariums that need 1 per, and the iridium sprinklers that need 1 per. Eventually I do want to have like at least 137 crystallariums, which is 1 deluxe shed. It's a weird number, but it's specific amount. Iridium sprinklers are the best to put on Ginger Island, as they give you more space for crops and stuff like that. That's why we need a lot of batteries. I then spent the rest of the day fishing, and I made around 4,400 gold. Day 35, I crafted 8 more preserve jars for my jar empire, cut down a bunch of trees. I went to the secret woods to get some hardwood, and fished for the rest of the day and made around 7,000 gold. Day 36, I spent some time mining gold. Then I ran out of food and almost died, so I fished the rest of the day and made another 8,700 gold. Day 37, I aged another legend roe and spent the rest of the day fishing and made another 6,300 gold. Day 38, more fishing. Day 39, the luau. I caught a rainbow trout and put it in the soup. I also started saving my aged roe for when I get artisan to make an extra 40% profit on the aged roe. To be honest, I don't love the luau, at least early on, because the only thing you could kind of get from it is hearts with the villagers, but it's not that important because unless you plan on keep on giving them, they'll just lose the heart. Day 40, I aged crimson fish roe. I will from now on not mention when I age roe or take it from the ponds, just as whenever it happens I'm doing it, but yeah. I then went to the bookseller and bought the price catalog, which is going to be very helpful to see which stuff to throw away and which ones to keep, and also to see how much money I have left in stuff, like if for example I'm keeping the aged roe until I have artisan, so I can see how much I'm making. And generally I find the price catalog to be pretty fun to have, so yeah, for only 3,000 gold, I'd say it's one of the best books. Then I got the Alleyway Buffet book from behind Clint. Then I went to Clint and to the museum to donate a few more artifacts and open a few more geodes. I finally bought the Joja membership, and I fished for the rest of the day, and I made another 7,800 gold. Day 41, it was a guaranteed thunder day, which is kind of sad because it's also Alex's birthday, so it's always thundering on his birthday. But yeah, but it does mean that we're getting some batteries today, so that's helpful. I then went to Joja and fixed a bus for 40,000 gold, which is expensive but definitely worth it, and also helps us towards the goal of completing the Joja membership. This will allow us to get to the Skull Caverns and access Sandy's shop, which will allow us in the future so we could buy star fruit and whatnot. So yeah, that would be very cool. I then mined coal and irons from bombs for when I go to Skull Caverns. Day 42, today I got the batteries and a bunch of blueberries and bombs. I kept the basic blueberries for food and sold the higher quality ones, and then I rushed to Pam and took my first dive into the Skull Caverns. However, at around 12:30 p.m., which is like an hour after I went in, I realized it's a bad luck day because I was not getting almost any staircases. So I decided it's not worth it to waste our food and bombs trying to get only like 20 iridium ore or whatever. So I went out of the Skull Caverns, fished a scorpion carp and a sandfish. Then I fished for the rest of the day. Day 43, I got hardwood from the secret woods and fished for the rest of the day. Day 44, more hardwood and more fishing. Day 45, more fishing. You might say that I fished a lot, but yeah. Day 46, I got blueberries, sold the higher ones, kept the basic one, got the hardwood, and then I went for my first real Skull Caverns dive, and dying on floor 76 with 54 iridium, a prismatic shard, and a lucky ring, which is insane for the first dive in my opinion. 54 iridium is enough to upgrade 2 tools. Prismatic shard for a galaxy sword is amazing, and the lucky ring is one of the best rings in the game. In my opinion, it's up there with the burglar's ring, iridium band, maple ring, and slime charmer ring being the best rings in the game. Day 47, I got hardwood, went to Joja and bought the greenhouse for 35,000 gold. I then spent the rest of the day trying to get iron and coal for bombs. Day 48, Evelyn came by to give me the garden pot, and I spent the rest of the day grinding more coal and iron for bombs. Day 49, I opened some geodes, donated items to the museum, fished for the rest of the day, as well as sold the aged roe to have more Joja upgrades. I don't know if it was worth it or not, but I did want to finish the Joja upgrades by the end of summer, so I have enough time to get all the golden walnuts and stuff on Ginger Island. So I do think it was worth it, even though we lost 40% from not waiting until Artisan. Day 50, the halfway point, Gunther came by and gave me the rusty key, allowing me to access Krobus and the sewers. I also got some blueberries and unlocked the quarry from Jojo for 25,000 gold. I then went to the sewers and bought the star drop from Krobus for 20,000 gold and fished the rest of the day for more money, for more Joja upgrade and whatnot. Day 51 was the Green Rain Day, which is an event where it happens once every summer, where a bunch of trees spawn, a bunch of fibers spawn, and you get a bunch of moss. So I spent the whole day getting moss, fiber, and wood, because in my opinion it's the best use of the day, as there are stuff later on you'll need a lot of moss for, a lot of fiber for, and wood is generally good, as well as you get a bunch of forging XP, which will help with the goal of maxing every skill. Overnight, Mr. Key has unlocked the mystery boxes for us, which is pretty cool. Day 52, I returned Robin her axe, which, I mean, it's kind of random, but I did do that. Bought the minecarts from Joja for 15,000 gold and fished for the rest of the day. Day 53, today I bought the final upgrade from Joja, being the panning for 20,000 gold, meaning that tomorrow we can fix Willie's boat and go to Ginger Island on fall. I also went to the quarry and mined all the coal and iron from there and got a prismatic shard from those weird stones that I don't know what they're called, but I got a prismatic shard from that. So yeah, as well as I got the golden hoe and I fished for the rest of the day. Day 54, I got more blueberries, all the high ones, the quality ones, kept the basic ones, and I used one of the prismatic shards for a galaxy sword. I organized my chest, mined some hardwood, fished and planted a rare seed with a sprinkler in the greenhouse, and that's it. Day 55, I got some hardwood, planted more rare seeds, saw the Joja cutscene, and unlocked Ginger Island by fixing Will's boat. I then fished for the rest of the day. Day 56, the Moonlight Jelly Day. I upgraded my axe to gold, went to the quarry, smelted some bars, For sprinklers, I want to upgrade my sprinklers from basic ones to quality ones, as they are a little more space efficient and also look nicer in my opinion. And went to the Moonlight Jelly event. I bought the seafoam pudding because it could help with some harder fish later on, and then I watched the event. To be honest, I kind of always found this event kind of weird. It looks cool, but I don't really play with the music and stuff, so it just sings stuff. It is kind of cool seeing how everyone reacts to the stuff, and it does mark the coming of fall pretty beautifully, so it's pretty cool, I guess. Day 57, the first day of fall. I've got my first harvest of ancient fruit, broke all the dead blueberries, set my new sprinklers, and I bought 127 pumpkins, did a cool fishing rod trick, where you animation cancel with the fishing rod and then you just walk weird. I don't know if it helps with step counting, if you know what that is. It might help, maybe just visual thing, I don't know. But yeah. I then planted my pumpkins, and then I went to the railroad to trigger the Dark Talisman quest, which you can only get after completing JoJo at the community center. I got the Dark Talisman from the sewers, caught a slime jack, an anglerfish, which should not be a legendary fish in my opinion. It is way too easy to get for a legendary fish. I caught a void salmon in the witch's pond and unlocked the wizard's store, and then I went to sleep. Day 58, I got my gold axe from Clint, went to the Skull Caverns, and I got to floor 86 with 105 iridium ore before passing out. That is actually a pretty good day. 105 iridium ore should have made us have enough iridium to upgrade all of our tools and the boat, which we already fixed. So that is insanely helpful. Day 59, another Skull Caverns day. I got to floor 70, and I got 79 iridiums and a lucky ring before passing out. And overnight we got the mining level 10, and I chose Prospector, as I don't plan on selling the iridium bars, so the blacksmith is kind of not worth it in my opinion at the moment. And coal does help us with a lot of stuff we want for now, like reserve jars and smelting ores and whatnot, so I chose Prospector as I feel like that is. Day 60, Emily came over to say hi, I said hi, and then I opened geodes, donated to the museum, and went to Ginger Island for the first time this run. I ran around collecting golden walnuts and called it a day. Day 61, I went around Ginger Island collecting golden walnuts, and I also did the Simon Says quest, which is one of, if not the hardest things in the game. It's not harder than Factor's challenge and whatnot, but it's definitely one of the hardest things because it's just so annoying. I was able to complete it after a couple of tries, but I did have to turn on game audio to complete it, so yeah. I then tried to do Birdie's quest, but the first thing you get is the war memento, and I forgot that Ken doesn't visit until year 2, and I was still in year 1. So I wasted a couple of in-game hours trying to find him. I ended up just giving up and going to fish on Ginger Island, which was a pretty good thing, because I would have just wasted a bunch of time not doing it. But I fished on Ginger Island, and I caught a couple of the fish I was missing for the catching every fish challenge I given myself, as well as I caught all the golden walnuts you get from fishing. I opened the dig site, freed Professor Snail, and got a few bones for his museum. I then collected a couple of stray walnuts, did a short volcano run, and passed out. Day 62. I kept trying to get more golden walnuts. I'm trying to get the golden walnut room, which does require 100 golden walnuts. So for now, that is one of my main goals, at least the main goal I'm focusing on. I got a mummified frog from breaking the firebird in the jungle, gave it to Professor Snail, as well as I found a gem bird on the north part of Ginger Island, and I put it on the correct statue. I could try and guess the other 3. In theory, you could guess all of them, and it will give you if you guess correctly. The issue is there are so many combinations that in my opinion, it's not worth it until you have 1 or 2 left, so I didn't guess it now. But I would guess it when I get another one. I then go for another volcano run, as there are a few golden walnuts there from breaking rocks, killing monsters, opening chests and whatnot. So and we also get to enchant stuff in the forge later, so that could be helpful. I do manage to get to the end of the volcano and get a few golden walnuts along the way, as well as take the free prismatic shard you get at the end of the volcano. Day 63. I come back to the valley, donate an artifact I found, and go on to waste another couple of in-game hours trying to find Kent for Birdie's quest. And I still did not realize that it was year 1 and he only visited in year 2. I then go back to Ginger Island and do another volcano run, as I am still missing a few walnuts from killing mobs, breaking stones, and opening chests. I also try and get as many cinder shards and dragon teeth as I can for enchanting and crafting later on. Day 64, I am able to unlock the resort and Pirate Cove and get a couple of walnuts as well as the stingray I was still missing. And now I officially caught all of the Ginger Island fish. I put a battery pack in the bus tunnel and plant some acorns with 3 fertilizers so I could later tap them and get oak resin for kegs. I then go back to the valley, fix the large tree with 100 hardwood, and cut trees for hardwood and foraging XP for the rest of the day. Day 65, I then catch a couple of fish, plant some more oak trees with fertilizers, and go to the Skull Cavern. Managed to get to floor 61 with 52 iridium ore before dying and calling it a day. Day 66, I catch a couple of fish I was still missing, including the mutant carp, which is our 4th legendary fish out of 5. I give Maru an anchovy she asked for, and go cave fishing for stonefish, ice tip, and lava eel that was still missing. Day 67, we're officially 2/3 of the way in. I just look for more walnuts for the rest of the day. Day 68, I do a volcano run and get the walnut from the dart minigame and the Pirate's Cove. Day 69, the funny number day. I do the mermaid quest with just 1 flute block, which is a cool trick I saw. Because if you try and do it with the way it was meant to be done, with 5 flute blocks, you have to befriend Robin and get her to high enough heart so you could craft some more flute blocks, and then you do that. With 1 flute block, you can do it by just donating enough artifacts to the museum, which is pretty cool. I get my 2nd gem bird, I do a volcano run, and look for walnut. Day 70, I managed to guess the gem bird statue puzzle, get more furnaces, trade some omni geodes for treasure trove. Day 71, my pumpkins are ready, so I pick them up, keep 9 for the fair, and sell the rest. I then break down my mahogany tree setup, put down more sprinklers, go buy a bunch of pumpkins, and realize I don't have enough coins for all the pumpkin seeds I wanted, so defeated I go and plant 130 pumpkins. I do manage to make 46,000 gold overnight, but I am still kind of sad, as if I managed to bring with me some of the pumpkin I sold to Pierre, I would have been able to buy all the pumpkins I wanted. And I tried to do that, but apparently you cannot sell to Joja. So yeah. Day 72. The Stardew Valley Fair. I smelt some gold and go to the fair. I put my 9 gold star pumpkins, tell Louis to check it out. Meanwhile, I play the strength minigame, and I do manage to get back-to-back stars on my first try, which is insane. I don't think that ever happened to me. And I do manage to get another star before Louis finished checking out all the crops and whatnot. Louis told me I won 2nd place, and then I go on to gamble green over and over and over again until I get the 2,800 tokens I needed to buy the star drop and the rare crow, and then I leave. Day 73. I smelt some quartz for more sprinklers, then grind coal and iron for a bit, getting 68 iron and 6 coal. Then I open some geodes and treasure troves at Clint and donate the artifacts I get. Then I plant some more oak trees and tap them, the ones that are grown, and grind more coal and iron. Day 74, I get a sweet gemberry, give it to the statue in the secret woods cut down all the trees I can see to level up my foraging level and call it a day. Day 75, 3/4 of the way there. I grind coal and iron, donate some more stuff to the museum, plant some crops I got from the museum in the greenhouse, go around the valley chopping down some trees. I buy 100 salads from the saloon, sell my blueberries because salads are a better source of energy, and I call it a day. Day 76. It's a rainy day, which will allow me to catch a few of the fish I was still missing. So I fish and put down some crab pots so I could catch the crab pot fish. I crafted some fish smokers and bait makers and called it a day. Day 77. I donated a snake skull to Professor Snail, got some sprinklers down on Ginger Island, and planted some crops for the golden walnut. If you didn't know, you can get golden walnuts for picking up crops. The regrowable crops don't count, but the ones you pick up do count for that. So yeah. Day 78, I got down some more sprinklers and planted a bunch of mixed seeds because I thought maybe I could get a melon from those mixed seeds, which I could later show to the frog person to get a couple of extra golden walnuts. I also planted some taro tubers, and then I tried to get some more golden walnuts from running around and called it a day. Day 79, I mined some more muscle nodes for walnuts, unlocked the island trader, and went on another volcano run. Day 80, I picked up the sweet gemberries from the farm, but kept them to later turn them into seeds with the seed maker. I opened geodes trying to get the last few minerals I was still missing. I got the golden mask from hoeing the artifact spot in the desert. I collected the oak resin and checked and saw I got all the fish except the ones that are winter only. I gave Leah a salad, tried to see if I could get infinite friendship by talking to her infinitely, because I know you get friendship from talking to someone, but I was not sure if it's per time you talk to them or per day. And after a bunch of times trying to talk to her and not getting a heart, I believe it's per day. Then I tried to get a couple more walnuts, checked the walnut room and saw I was only missing 10 walnuts to enter, and I could get 5 more from the crops I planted if I could pick them up. Like, just picking them up gives you 5 walnuts, as well as if one of the mixed seed turned out to be a melon, I could show it to the frog and get another 5, meaning I could have enough already to enter the walnut. So I cut down some trees for the rest of the day, trying to max my foraging skill. Day 81, I went around the farm trying to find forageables. One of the big goals I have now is maxing out all of my skills to unlock mastery, and the only skills I have missing were farming and foraging. So I'm trying my hardest to max them out. I then got some seed makers and turned my sweet gemberries into rare seeds, so I could get some more berries. As well as I turned my ancient fruits into seeds, so I could later plant them on Ginger Island. I then went to Clint to open some golden coconuts and got a mango and a banana sapling, which could be kind of helpful in the future. I then planted my ancient seeds, taro tubers, and mango and banana saplings on Ginger Island, looked for more walnuts, got everything from the quarry, and mined for more iron and coal. Day 82, I mined some more iron and coal, planted the wheat on Ginger Island for the frog, got the burglar's ring from killing all of those dust sprites. I then went to get some monster eradication goals on the lower floors. Monster eradication, if you don't know, are goals you get from killing a certain amount of monsters in the mines. So the 500 dust sprites is one of them. You also get one for 1,000 slimes, 250 and so on and so forth. Day 83, the Spirit's Eve Day. I spent my time grinding monsters in the mine to get the monster eradication goals. Then I went to the Spirit's Eve. I went to the shop. I was able to buy the jack-o'-lantern recipe, but sadly I did not have enough money to buy the rare crow, which means we will have to get it in the next 100 days. Yeah, I then easily got the golden pumpkin and I went to split. Day 84, my pumpkins are ready, so I picked them up hoping to level up from farming 9 to 10, but I didn't. It meant that the only hope for farming 10 were the crops on Ginger Island and greenhouse, as tomorrow is winter and no crops can really grow. So I sold my pumpkins and went to Clint to open some geodes. Got no new artifact. Went to see if I got any new crops ready on Ginger Island. they weren't, so I broke some muscle nodes for walnuts. I didn't get any. I am starting to see a bit of a pattern today of being trying to do something and not being able to do it. The parrot told me there was one more walnut in the muscle node, which I didn't believe there was, but at least I know I'm not just breaking them for no reason. I fixed the volcano bridge, did a volcano run, but had to stop as I ran out of water and was soft locked from moving forwards. I went to sleep being pretty disappointed with the day, but it happens. Day 85, the first day of winter. I went and caught some winter fish I could catch at the moment, and then I went and caught the glacier fish, which after a few tries I did catch it. The glacier fish, in my opinion, is the hardest legendary fish by far. At least the pattern is, because it just has the hardest pattern in my opinion. The only competition it had to not be the hardest legendary fish is the legend, as it's kind of hard to get fishing 10 in spring 1, which means you might have to wait until spring 2. So it could be that the legend is your last fish rather than your first legendary fish. As well as the legendary fish has the lower bite rate in my opinion. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's just what from my experience, that's what I believe to be the case. Yeah, it also had a pretty difficult pattern. So the glacier fish and legend are by far the hardest ones, but I do think glacier fish is a little harder. I then looked for more walnuts and fished for a couple more fish that I was still missing. Day 86, I saw Krobus when I went to the bus stop, so I chased him to a bush, and I got the ability to find secret notes, which will help me find a couple of missing artifacts, like the two strange dolls, the yellow and green one. I then tapped a few more oak trees and went into the Skull Caverns, this time mainly to get secret notes and omni geodes to trade for treasure troves, as I wanted to finish the museum before the 100 days. However, I still got to floor 60 with 98 iridium by the end of the day. Day 87, a lot of my crops in the greenhouse were grown, and I was able to get farming level 10, meaning the only skill I had left to max was foraging. So I got some winter forage seeds by putting winter roots in the seed maker. I also got some more bombs. I got the oak resins, opened some geodes, got nothing of interest. Overnight, I picked artisan from leveling up to farming level 10. Day 88. Because I finally had artisan, I sold all of my aged rows that I had saved up for a while now. I crafted some more crystallarians, put jades in them so I could later trade them for staircases. I realized I was still missing mudstone, so I opened regular geodes and got it, which meant now I got all of the minerals and most of the artifacts. I also upgraded my axe to iridium. Then on Ginger Island, a lot of my crops were grown, and I was able to pick them up and get the 5 walnuts for harvesting crops. I accidentally broke the wheat I kept for the frog, making it so I'll have to plant it again. And I checked the walnut room and I saw I was only missing 4 walnuts. So I did another volcano run thinking I might have some walnuts left there. I mixed my burglar ring with my iridium band, and now I had room for all 3 of my rings, the lucky ring, iridium band, and the burglar ring. Overnight I made 252,000 gold from selling all of my aged row, when it was safe to say I was really happy from that. Day 89, I fixed my Ginger Island mailbox and went on another Skull Caverns dive to get secret notes and omni geodes, and by the end of the day I got to floor 90 with 113 iridium and 42 omni geodes. Day 90, 10 days until we're done, I traded my omni geodes for treasure troves and went for another Skull Caverns run, getting to floor 71 with 128 iridium and 27 omni geodes. Day 91, Pierre said hi and had a hasty fit about Joja, making me feel pretty good about choosing Joja over the community center. I then went to Ginger Island, saw my melons grew, and showed them to the frog. He gave me 5 walnuts, which unlocked me the walnut room. While harvesting the crops, I found my first snake vertebrae, sold my crops, entered the walnut room, checked the quest. I didn't want to do either one of the quests. I was then able to get a tail from panning in the dig site and donated both the vertebrae and the tail to the Professor Snail. I opened up some geodes and golden coconuts and got a couple of artifacts I needed and a skull from the golden coconut. I donated the new artifacts I got and the skull, got a magic rock candy from Gunther and another banana sapling and some golden walnuts from Professor Snail. I cut down some trees to try and get more foraging XP, bought a maple syrup from the traveling cart and gave it to the bear in the secret woods, chopped down the hardwood stumps, got the mapping cave system book, bought the galaxy hammer and called it a day. Day 92, the Ice Festival day. I fished a little next to Willy, trying to scare him from the competition in the Ice Festival. I then went to the Ice Festival, bought a rare crow, then I beat Willy with 6 fish. I feel like it was technically 7 fish because the last fish I finished the minigame but it didn't show the hooking animation. So the only reason I kind of care about it is because 7 would be my record, but 6 is tied for the record. Anyway, I still won. I then crafted 7 more crystallariums, put jades in them, and called it a day. Day 93. I spent all day in the Skull Caverns trying to get the final artifacts and secret nodes. I got to floor 123 with 52 Omni Geodes and 276 Iridium ore. Sadly, I did not yet get the quest for Mr. Key, get to floor 100, so I did not get the Iridium Milk, even though I did legitimately get to floor 100, and it would have given me a special cutscene. But at the very least I did get some cool loot. If you're wondering why today went so much better, I had the magic rock candy on a good luck day, so helped a lot. Day 94, I got the green strange doll, gave it to Gunther, got the oak resin from the desert, opened up treasure trove, and donated the artifacts I got. Now I was only missing 3 artifacts. I then spent the rest of the day grinding for more troves and a secret notes, getting an auto petter along the way. Day 95. My wild seeds grew, so I picked them up. Sadly, no foraging level up. I then found out that one of the 3 artifacts I wanted couldn't be gotten from any geodes or secret nodes. Only worms and bow nodes could give me the artifacts I wanted, so from now on I started adding breaking bow nodes to my daily to-do list. I then added emeralds to my galaxy hammer, as I feel like having to animation cancel just to attack is not fun and too risky. But with emeralds on the hammer or gavel, the gavel does more damage than a sword, has a better animation, a better special attack than the sword, so I just feel like it's better in every way, and you don't have the animation cancel to attack in the same speed. I also get the yellow strange doll and get 10 more troves, which could give me the golden relic, one of the 2 artifacts that I'm missing. Sadly, I did not get the relic, but I did get a new book that makes artifacts sell for more gold. I also upgraded my watering can, as I am getting annoyed from constantly running low on water. I then run around looking for worms in the locations where the artifacts I want can be found. I run around looking for worms and cutting trees, and also I went to the truck next to Joja to give the rabbit food for a special charm, and I bought a couple of books from the bookstore, and I got a monster mask for 10,000 gold. Called it a day. Day 96. I keep looking for the worms for the artifact I wanted, and finally get Artful on my Galaxy Hammer. I then activated Mr. Key Danger in the Deep quest, used 4,000 stone and staircases, and went down to floor 40. Because that way I can keep resetting from floor 30 to 40 with Monster Mask, grinding Carbon Ghost, which is one of the best ways to get Omni Geodes. While doing it, I found Prismatic Slime, which I needed for the wizard, which will give me the recipe for Monster Musk. I end today with 33 Omni Geodes and 44 radioactive ore. Day 97. I give the wizard his prismatic jelly, get the final vertebrae for Professor Snail, which finishes his museum and gets me a mango sapling and 3 more golden walnuts. Then I grinded more Omni Geodes in the dangerous mines, finishing with 39 more Omni Geodes. Day 98. I get a few more Omni Geodes by using a Monster Mask and going to the dangerous mines, finally getting the golden relic from one of the treasure troves, and donate it, leaving only 1 artifact until I'm done with the museum. So I go around breaking bow nodes, looking for worms. Day 99, I go around looking for worms, cutting down trees. I do manage to level up my foraging level to level 10, which means we maxed all of our skills. I then kept looking for worms, breaking bow nodes, sadly no success. Then I go to the night market in order to catch the last 3 fish I was missing, which are the night squid, the blobfish, and the spookfish. I then try to do the mermaid show thing where you get the free pearl, but I did not succeed in doing so, and then I go to sleep. Day 100. the final day of the challenge. I get a star drop for catching every fish, and then I go around trying to find any worm and every bone node I see in order to get the final artifact. Sadly, I am unable to get it, leaving our museum one artifact short of being completed. I then go to the saloon to play a game of endless Junimo cards, and that is it for the 100 days. So to summarize these 100 days, we were able to get the bottom of the mine, finish a Joja membership, unlock the Walnut Room, pretty much complete the museum, and max all of our skills, fixing the broken tree for the raccoon, and complete some of the monster eradication goals. I would say this is very good for 100 days, and I can't wait to see what we can do in 200 days. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe and turn on notification, and have a great rest of your day. And goodbye.